Welcome to the Pit to Peak podcast. Today's topic is this. It is so easy to get lost when you don't have a map. Sit back and relax and welcome to the show. So, those of you guys have been following me for a minute, you know this show typically comes out daily. It hasn't come out daily because I've been all over the place looking for the map. So at least I knew I was looking for the map, and it wasn't like I didn't have the map. But the last 24 hours, 48 hours has been a wild ride. I felt like I was going the right direction, and then all of a sudden I realized I wasn't. And or I thought maybe potentially I wasn't. And so then I decided to switch back and pull this way and that way and that way and this way. And here's what I know. If you can't make a decision and decide which map to pick up, it really doesn't matter how hard you work. Hard work alone is not going to get it done. Like, hard work is one part of it, not all of it. If hard work were the only thing that led to success, then there would be a lot more wildly successful people. Because there's a lot of people I know that are very, very hard working that have very little success. They struggle financially. They struggle in relationships. They struggle in their body. They're hard working. They're not lazy people, right? So I've always wondered about that because it was, as a kid, I was raised in this thought process that if you worked hard, you're just going to get some stuff. Like, if you worked hard enough, what I didn't understand is that wasn't enough. That was one part of the equation, because if you don't have hard work, you don't have good work ethic, then all the rest of it's bullshit anyways, and you won't ever get it, right? So you have to have the hard work. So that's one part, but you can't stop there. The hard work has to be married up with direction, purpose, vision, ultimately what I call a map. And if you don't have a map, you can work as hard as you possibly can, and you're still not going to get the results that you want. So I thought I had the map, right? I was going one direction, thought I had the map. Then I thought maybe I don't have the map anymore. Maybe the map's over here because that looks like a different map that I think is where I need to go. So I went that direction. And I went there and I stayed there for a little while until I realized, yeah, that's actually maybe not the map. And then I had some cold hard facts hit me in the face in the last 2 weeks. And I had to look at it. I had to face it. I had to look and identify and realize, okay, it's pretty clear there's a map here. It's pretty clear there's an opportunity here. And what I'm referring to as a vacuum. I'm seeing a vacuum in the marketplace. And here's what I know. Inside this vacuum, someone's going to fill it. Every vacuum is filled that way, right? Every vacuum is filled that way. So I'm sitting here in the last couple of days, kind of in a yo-yo in my mind. I've been back, forth, up, down, right, left. I haven't really made a bold declaration or a decision because I've been just allowing myself to feel and experience both sides of it. But as of today, as of the recording of today's show, I have made the bold decision for myself. So I know what map I'm going after. Now, as soon as I make the declaration, I know which map. I'm excited, but you know what also hits me the same? I'm also anxious. I'm also like, oh shit, now I've got the map. Now I just like told myself this is where I'm going to go. And so it's a matter now of marrying up my hard work ethic, the fact that I will outwork anyone, anytime, any day. I know it and I believe it. It's to the core of my being. And now I marry that up with the map. Right? I married up with the map, and I put those two together. Now all of a sudden I have a direction to put my hard work, not just spinning in circles. Right? It's like working out with no workout plan. You can go to the gym and you can do lots of different random things, but some of the things might be literally being counterproductive to other things, and other things are counterproductive to the thing, and then ultimately you just don't end up getting the results that you want. Right? Again, no map. Right? But I've got the map. I figured out the map, the direction for where I want to go. Now, in life is crazy. It's not a map like you're driving down the street and you got a map to follow. Right? Some of you, my age, you know what a map is. Little kids, they're like, what? Do you mean GPS? You mean Siri? Right? There is no maps the way they used to be, but that's such a wild thing just to watch everything shift and change. And then I end up sounding like my grandparents, like, well, back in my day, this is how it was. And I just think it's hilarious how we go down that. But the maps I'm talking about, they're more of like a guideline. They're more of like a direction. It's like you've got this I don't know, even let's just say you got a race car and you don't know which direction he's going. Like, he's got all this power, he's doing burnouts, but he doesn't have direction, doesn't know where to go, what roads to go down. And so you got to point in the direction. So the map that I'm referring to is more that. There's the direction, because what I know is there's going to be potholes, there's going to be turns, twists, everything, all sorts of stuff that I'm not expecting as I go down this. But what's interesting is I've started to see that once I chose the direction, said, you know, this is actually it. If I don't do this, I'm an idiot. Like, this is set up and poised. Anything taking me away from this is a limiting belief. Anything taking me away from this is something that is trying to keep me stuck, is who I am right now. And I like who I am right now, don't get me wrong, but there is a version of me that is going to just absolutely laugh at who I am today. On this January 17th, 2024, like he would laugh. The 6 months from now version of me is going to look at me and laugh. No different than I was watching training videos that I was doing in front of Warrior Council this last May, and I'm watching the videos and I'm like shaking my head like, oh my gosh, I was so insecure. I didn't even know I was insecure, and at the same time I really did. But I found this new version of myself, right? And that's that. So I look back at me from 6 months ago. I'm like, dope. Why would anyone follow you, right? But here's the reality. Here's what I know. That happens all the time if you're growing and expanding. So I know the version of me 6 months from now is going to see that, and he's going to be very grateful that I'm taking this turn, this map. I'm going after this map. I've got to create a lot of content. I've got to get some stuff done, and it has to happen right now. And I have like this weird pull inside of me who doesn't want to do anything. I live in one of the most beautiful places on the planet, and there's a part of me inside that's like, you know what, you should just not do any work today. Just relax. You figured it out. You figured out the path that you want to go. That's cool. You can start tomorrow. You can go down the path tomorrow. And then I had to deal with some tax conversations, and I hate tax conversations. I absolutely hate them, and so I'm on the phone, I'm dealing with some things with the taxes, and so that just triggers me, and then I'm like, screw this place. I don't want to do this. Blah, 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 blah. So it becomes this big old game. It's so stupid. So stupid, the games we play inside of our mind. When the reality is, I know the path that I need to go on now. I've got my map. I'm sitting at the starting point of the map, and I'm really going to create the map as I go, but I'm sitting at the starting point of my map, and now it's just my time to go. Now it's time to actually go, right? I actually have to do the work. I look back at some of the different maps I've been given or shown or seen, and I am pretty confident that those maps were merely a distraction. They were a distraction. What I would say in the 7 months I've lived in Hawaii is I had really one purpose being here. I've had lots of results and lots of different things happen, but I had one purpose that I see for me, and it was literally to build me. So build me. That's it. Because the guy I was when I got on this island was not capable of the shit I'm talking about today. He couldn't even rub shoulders with the conversations that are about to happen. Couldn't even get there. Couldn't even do it. Like, it would not happen. So, what does that mean? What does that tell you? What does that tell me? What does it tell us all? Right? This game is never perfect. This game is never constant. This game is a constant game of evolution and change, especially if you're looking to grow and expand and become more of who you actually need to become. So, with all that being said, take a look at your world. Take a look at your world around body, being, balance, and business. Where in your world do you need a map? Or where in your world are you following a map that you probably shouldn't be following? It's someone else's map. Somebody else gave you that map. Maybe your parents gave you the map. Maybe your spouse gave you the map. Maybe your kids. Maybe your boss. You're following the wrong map. And you're wondering why you're not happy, wondering why you're not fulfilled, wondering why life's not working. Where is that for you? Find that area, identify it, either start going down the path on the map or switch the map up. Get on a different map. Take that map, rip it up, throw it in the garbage can, and realize that you're in America and you're looking at a Canadian map. That's not going to do you any good, right? Not going to do you any good. So get rid of that map. Get the right map, the one that's actually made for you. Once you got that map, take some action. Take some action. Take some bold action. Do something about it today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Do something about it today. So that's all I got for you for today's show. As always, it's your boy Trevor J. White reminding you that the power is in the pivot, and you're only one pivot away.